Mr. Alange,
Hello.
how are you?
Wonderful. Baruch Hashem.
You're growing a beard again? Sphira again?
What's that?
You're growing a beard again?
Well, the end of Sphere, I got the second half, so I'll shave maybe tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no one, who cares? Who's going to stop me?
You should care.
Today I went for my second round, I went to the second test for my driver's license. And
Yeah?
Baruch Hashem, I passed it. So I got
What?
one
The
of
written test?
one of the stupid questions, if you're in an accident and you run away and somebody gets injured and you run away, how many years can you get in jail? 2, 5, or 7 years? One of the questions. You know the answer?
What?
I don't know myself. I just put down 7. I don't know if I got it right. I missed 4. You're allowed 5 to miss and then pass. So I missed.
Okay.
But I mean, the questions are so ridiculous. I
You
knew
know,
that.
my wife had to take it, but she
You-
fell. She did it in December, like a month before her birthday. And because it was still the COVID restrictions,
Oh,
they said you don't need to take the test.
oh, wow, that's great. But if you have to take it, the best thing to do is ask for a paper instead of on the computer, because the computer, you have to do it fast and you can't go back for the answers. When you have a paper one, you have a chance to take more time and think about it. So I took
Oh,
the first time I took on the internet, on the computer, and I failed. But if you take it on the paper one, you get more time and you can think about it.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, somebody told me that's why I took a paper one. It takes
I
you have to.
I took mine last time on the computer,
Yeah.
but I don't have to take another one until the year 25, I think.
Okay, but next time you take it on the paper, you have much ease. It's much you have more time to think about it, and you can go
Yeah,
if you skip one, you can go back. If you're on the computer, once you skip it, you can't go back. So anyhow,
I did the test together with my wife. We took some tests from online, and I never saw that question. Never.
yeah. Oh, it went pretty fast. So I mean, to wait in line, it wasn't so bad. But are we
Right.
starting? Are we starting getting tonight or not?
No, it's 46. We are still.
You're about 5, 6 blocks behind. I started getting. I learned up to Daf Vav already. I keep up.
We
I
are,
got.
including today, is 46, 47, 48, 49. 4 blocks.
Yeah, 4 blot. Yeah,
And these blocks are long.
they're big blot. They're getting this shorter blot. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
catch up there. Oh.
Oh, Mr. Jorge. You know what? I might as well get the kitten just in case.
Hey, Mario.
Hello.
¿Qué tal?
Well, hey.
Hey, Elazar, what's doing?
All right.
Okay, so.
All right.
Hello, Mario. How are you?
All right, Walter.
We missed you last night.
I went to a Yom Ha'atzmaut celebration.
Yom Ha'atzmaut or Yom
Yeah,
Ha'atzmaut? Yom
Yom
Yerushalayim.
Ha'atzmaut.
Oh, okay. Fine. Tonight is Yom Yerushalayim. We should celebrate right now.
I know, but this
We
was Yom
are.
Ha'atzmaut.
We're learning.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, we're on Mem Hey Amud Bey is the Mishnah. Niftaru Ziknei Yerushalayim v'holchu lahem. So the Zakanim went back to Yerushalayim, but the Chachamim of that city, the Bezdin of that city, Ziknei Osor Ir, Mevi'in Eglas Bakar Shalom Mashcha Ba'ol, would bring a calf that had never pulled a yoke. Ve'ein amum poisel bo. But if it had a mum, that did not invalidate the egel. Umoridin osol nachal eitan. They brought it to a very strong river. Eitan kemashmo kashin. It flows very strongly. Aval pi she'eno eitan kosher. Now, if the river was not such a strong river, it was also kosher. L'chadchila, they should try to find that kind of river. V'orfen also bekupitz macharel. A kupitz is like a hatchet, and they would chop its head off from the neck, from the back of the neck. Umakomo osram lizrom la'avot. The place that they killed the egla, it's prohibited to seed in the future or to work there. Like if it had to do with groundwork. Mutter lisrok sham pishtan, you could weave flax. L'nakar sham avonim, you could do stonework. Zikna osai ir, rochtin esidem b'mayim. They wash their hands in water. There where they killed the calf. Bimkom arifa shelekel v'oimrim. And they say, Yadenu lo shavchus adam hazeh, ve'einenu lo ra'u. Our hands didn't spill his blood, and our eyes didn't see. V'chial datenu also shazikne bezdin sharvchin damimei. Did we have a havamina that these judges were murderers? Ela shelo bo al yadenu upatrim b'lo mozon. They say that we didn't let him leave our city without food, or or we saw him in our city and we accompanied him when he left. So we're not even to blame for the cause of his death. There should be atonement. There shouldn't be innocent blood spilled. They didn't have to add the final words. That's not the words of the Chachamim. The Ruach HaKodesh is telling Klal Yisrael that if they follow this procedure, the blood of the Egla Rufa will be an atonement for them. Why shouldn't a mum not invalidate the Egel? There's a kavachomer. Uma para, a para duma. She'ena shonim poislaspa. There is no age limit for the paraduma. It could be any age. Yet, mum posilba. There it says ein ba mum. Can't have a mum. Egla shishanim posilba. An egel has to be 1 year old. An egel is less than an egel, less than a year. And so, if it's older, it's a psul. So then ein odin she mum posilba. So based on the Kavachomer from Paraduma, a blemish should disqualify it. So shiny awesome the Amar Kra by Paraduma it says Asher ain't but mum poisel. By Paraduma, the mum a mum invalidates the aim mum poisel be'egla. But a blemish does not invalidate the egla rufa. Elamayata lo yushar vodis poisel spa. Well, there may be other types of work that you do with an aparaduma besides schlepping. Should passel it. Any kind of, if you put a bag of something on top of a paraduma, it passels it. But the egla shetimshal, an egel, egla rufa is not possible unless it actually carries the yoke. So shiny para, the alfinan all may egla. So there's a shava, all from egla. So egla nami tesi all me para, and let even putting a bag on an egla rufa invalidate, or another moon, or it says hamihit rachmana ba, but there's already a mir asher ein bamu. Well, the egla nami ksiv ba, yeah, but that ba huma boile the meute kodshim, the low paslu avoda, regular kodshim that you offer as a chatas or an asham or an olam. If that animal did work, that doesn't invalidate it. But I might have thought maybe there's a kamachomer from egla rufa to kotshim. Uma egla she'ein mum poiselbo. An egla, a blemish does not invalidate it. Yet avoda poselasbo. Certain types of work invalidates it. Kotshim, where we know shemum poiselas bahem, a regular korban, certainly a mum invalidates it. Eino din shavoda poselas bahem. Then having that animal do work should also invalidate it. Well, ikla mifra. There's a way to upshlug that kavach like mala egla shekain shonin poislaspo. We already said the age of the egel apostles it. Yeah, but it says the Gemara to kachim ileka the pasal musham shonim. By kachim, there are certain age requirements as well. So he is rechal ana kachim to pasal mushanim. So the korbanos that are invalidated by shanim are like the egel, and therefore you need the pasuk to tell you that avoda doesn't pasal it. The kachim delay possible avoda me'acha nafka, that a regular korban is not invalidated by avoda. Is it learned from there? Me'asam nafka. It says averet. These are various mumim. If it's blind or shover, if it's broken leg, or chorotz or yabelet or garav or yalefet, lo takrivu ela lashem. These are invalidating mums by kotshim. Ela iyatamakrid. It particularizes which invalidations invalidate. But you could be makriv animals that were worked. Still, the Gemara says Yitzchak. I would still need a pasuk. Maybe only work, permissible work. Like working on Shabbos. Or you work an animal with a hybrid, different animal. That's called avodas isser. Maybe emalitsuru. Maybe they would be prohibited from offering as a korban tzricha. So I have that special miyut to tell me that it does not, even that kind of avodah does not invalidate by korbanos. We learn it from somewhere else. It says umiyad ben nechar. If you buy an animal from a non-Jew, Lo takrivu et lechem lakecha mikol elu. Eila iyata makriv. Well, the makriv kochim shenevda ben avoida. That animals that are bought from a non-Jew, you can. But korbanos that have been worked, you can. Still, we need a pasuk. You might have thought that the only heter is if the animal had been worked when it was a chulin animal. Even after it was declared hegdish and it's worked, you might have thought that maybe then it would be usher. So no, so that had to be taught tzricha that even such a type of animal does not get ruined by avoida, even when it was kosher. Gufa. So this was a long baraisa. The Gemara is going to analyze it in depth. If they put on a paraduma, a bag to carry psula, but it's an easier requirement by an egla. There, that mamish has to put a yoke and has to carry it. Meisvei. Oh, ainly ala oh. Shar avodas minayin. How do I know that other avodos by paraduma invalid? Amrit kavachomer. Ma egla she'ein mun poisel bo. A moon does not invalidate by an egla. Shar avodas poisel bo. Other avodas do pass. Para shemu poisel bo. A moon doesn't validate a paraduma. Eino din shar avodas poisel bo. So I would know that other avodos would puzzle it. Maybe you want to learn Xer Shava, Mala Halan Shar avodas poisel bo, Afkan Shar avodas poisel. So the Gemara asks, what did I need that for? Because maybe I could break the kavachomer. Mala egla shekein shanim poisel spot, and it doesn't. Shanim are not puzzled by paraduma. So inami kochim yorchichu, but kochim do have a time constraint regarding how many years it has to be. Shemum poisel by him ve'enavod poisel by him. There, a mum will invalidate, yet you can do work. So fine, kavachomer doesn't work. Never kan oil v'nemer lahalan oil. So I have Xer Shava, an equation. Ma lahalan shar avodas. Just like shar avodas don't work there, Afkan shar avodas don't work here. Umi makam shabata. And if you're going to learn the Xer Shava already, keep on learning. Ma lahalan achatim shach. Maybe even by paraduma. A paraduma should only be invalid if it actually wore the yoke, not just putting a bag on its back. Maybe Afkan achatim shach. So the Gemara says Tanoi. It's a machlokes Tanoim. Dika de Maisila me'egla. Some learn this Xer Shava from Egla, but Ika de Maisila migufa de para. Some learn it from Par itself, the Tanya. It says Lo Allah Allah all by Paradu. Ein li ela all. Shar avodas minai. What about other work? Tamad lama asher lo Allah Allah all mikomak. Any kind of work. Im kein ma tamad lama all. So there's a difference between a yoke and other work. All poisel bein b'shas avoda bein b'shloish b'shas avoda. If it wears a yoke, it becomes invalidated no matter what. Shar avodas ain't poisel el b'shas avoda. You cannot make it a paraduma if it's doing another work, but not b'shar avoda. It's not a problem. All prat. That's the detail. Klalu prat. Ein bechlalu masha prat. All in midach lo. Maybe that would have said only wearing a yoke invalidates. But then it says asher ribuihu. That is marba even a bag put on the back of the paraduma. The egla roof has the same language. It says all. Any kind of word. In Kematam and Loimer all possible bein b'shas avoda bein shelo b'shas avoda. A yoke invalidates only no matter what. But shar avodas ain't poisel b'shas avoda. that there was no work. And then you have the detail, prat. You have a detail. So you have a general statement and a detail. Klalu prat. Ein beklalu masha beprat. The equation in Tonabei Rishmol teaches us all in midiachrin lo. It's very specific, only a yoke. So, but then you have the word asher, ubad, that's a ribuihu, and that includes other words. Amravavo. One member of Yerushalayim. Meshichas all bekamo. How much does the animal have to pull the yoke? Omerli kimole all. The length of the yoke. Iboilu la arko or la rachbo. Is it the width or the length? It's a tefach, which is its width. So why did you have to tell me that that's the Mashiach salt, lemon tefach? Hakamashwan, the shiura, the all tefachavi. The average yoke was a tefach wide. Lamai nafkamina lemekach umemka. If you want to buy a yoke, you should know you're being gypped if the yoke isn't at least a tefach wide. Arav Yechid ben Shol. Mipnei ma amra Torah avi egla benachal. Why did the Torah say to bring the calf down to the river? Amar Kodesh Baruch Hu. Yavod davar shelo asa peiros. This river is a nasty river. Nothing grows there. So you bring an egel that hadn't had children. The yei aref b'malkam shein asa peiros. It'll be decapitated in a place that doesn't produce fruit. And here's a man that was killed outside of the city, who's also not going to have payros. Now, my payros. You can tell me because he's not going to be able to have children. Somebody who's been castrated, or an old man who's impotent. So it doesn't apply egla rufa. So payros means mitzvahs. It means the person, now that he's killed, is not going to be able to perform mitzvahs. Umarid no so nachal eitan. Eitan kemashmo kasha, a tough river. Tarabara. Minan leitan kashuv kasha shenemar. Eitan moshavecha v'sim vasela kinecha. That an eitan is your place of dwelling. The oimer shimu harim et riv Hashem, the eitanim most the aretz, which is the strong ones. Acher minayin le'eitan shu yashan, it's old. Shenemar goy eitan hu goy me'olam utz, something that's been around forever. The orphan asab b'kupitz machrea, you chop its head off from the back. My timer. Gomer arifa mechatas. When you kill a bird chatas, you kill it from the back of its neck, also from oiref. The place that you did this, you may not plow in the ground. Asher lo ye aved bov lo yizareh. L'shavar de Rabbi Yoshia holds that the place you choose has to be a place that's never been seeded. Rabbi Yonasan Omer no lahaba. The rule is now, from now on, you can't seed there. Rav Omer lahaba dekol lo pliki. Everyone holds that in the future you can't. T'chsiv lo yizareh, which is a future tense. Ki pligi l'shavar. Can you use a place that had previously been seeded? Rabbi Yoshia sar miksiv v'lo ye'ubad. It doesn't say that it's future, that it's not going to do work. That could be alive to do work. Rabbi Yoshua miksiv asher lo ne'evad. It doesn't say regarding past tense v'loshen ne'evad. So Rabbi Yeshua asher l'she'avar mashma. Rabbi Yonasan says asher ribuyi, which means go to the future. Umuter lisrok sham pishtol nakasham avar. But you can do linen work, flax work, and you can do stone work. Ein li elazriya. Shar avodas binayim. How do I know that I can't do other work? Talmud lemar asher lo yaved ba mikol makom. Im kein ma Talmud lemar v'lo yizarea. What is the future lo yizarea lo yimelacha mazriya miyuchedes shi begufa shel karka? Seeding is work that you do with the ground. So the kind of work that you're prohibited to do, of kol shi begufa shel karka, yotzes shrikas pishna v'nikra avodim shein begufa shel karka. Weaving flax or working with stone is not working with the ground. The ema shel yaved bo is a klal, generality. V'lo yizarei prat, klalu prat in b'klal mashma prat, zriya in midach bin alone. Maybe the rule should tell me that the only avod I can't do is seeding. So the asher lo yaved bo is a riboy to bring in other avodot. Ziknei ha'ir, rochtzin yedeyim. They wash their hands. Tarabanan. Because ziknei ha'ir ha'kroivim el ha'chalal yirchatzus yedeyim, ale egla rufa benachal. She'ein tamad lam ha'rufa. What do you learn from the hay? Ha'arufa, ma tamad lam ha'rufa. Al makom harifasa shel egla. To tell me that they wash their hands at that place. The amru yadeinu lo shachus adam hazev v'neinu lo ra'u. The chialibenu also shebeiz in shevchin damim. Did we think that the judges were murderers? Ela lo bali yadeinu patrunu.
Hold on a second. Ernie, did they wash their hands before they did the
No, after they did the Ekla Rufa, then they washed their hands.
hands? But why would you know that that's halacha? You have a dead body there, you touch whatever, you wash your hands. You're next to it. Why would that be a chiddush? Why would we think that they wouldn't wash their hands?
No, there's a chiyuv of rechitza.
I understand, but there's a chiyuv of rechitza if you do that anyway. In other words,
Well, if they're tamim nevela is not washing hands, they're going to be tamim that day, and then they would need hair. They'd need to go to the mikvah, and then they'd need hair of shemesh. So the pasuk says, "Yirchatzu et yedehem."
right. I got it, but I'm just saying.
It's part of the procedure of Egla Rufa,
Oh, that's different.
because they're saying our hands,
We didn't spill this. We have
our
hands.
hands are clean.
Right.
Of
Okay,
this-
but
of
the
this-
Gemara is asking a good kasha then now also. Okay.
So they said, wow, kind of havamina that they were murderers. So what it means is we took care of this guy. We saw him and we gave him food. Or we saw him and we accompanied him. Right? That means if it was not true, they wouldn't have been able to say it. But Nistama the Bezdin gave him mizonos and gave him lavoya. Tanya, hi Rabbi Oimer, hoifin lavoya. You force people to do lavoya, just like you force people to give tzedakah. Bezdin goes into somebody's house and takes tzedakah from you. Same thing, they'll come in and force you to accompany somebody. Sheschar halaviyah ein l'shir. The reward for accompanying somebody has no measurement. It's unmeasurable. Shenema. Vayiru hashamrim ish yotzei min ha'ir. The guards saw somebody leave the city. Vayirmu lo hareini not mava ha'ir. This was a siege was going on, and they wanted this person to help them get into the city. You show us how to come in. Vasirum chachesed. Uchsiv vayaremis mava ha'ir. Uma chesed asu imo. What chesed did they do with this guy who showed them the way in? Shekal osai here hargu lefi chorev. Everyone else they killed. V'osa ishu mishpachto shilchu. They saved him and his family. Vayelech ha'ish eretz achitim. What did this guy do? The one who was saved? Vayiven ir vayikra shma Luz. He built the famous city of Luz. Hu shma arayom hazeh. Tanya. He Luz should soivim bat cheles. The cheles was painted there on the tzitzis. He Luz shabasan cher v'lo bilbula. The one place that people's yichus is still intact. That Sanchev didn't mix it up. and Nebuchadnezzar came v'lo chriva. Va'af malach hamovas ein l'reshus lavor bo. Nobody dies in that city, in Luz. The malach hamovas doesn't have shlita there. Ela zakenim shabbat. What do the old people do? Bisman shadaitin kotzalan. They don't want to live anymore. Yoitzin chutz l'chayim, they leave the city and they die. So look at the reward that this person got because this person gave levaya to the people into the city. Wasn't even Jewish. He didn't even say anything. He didn't go with himself. He just showed them where to go. He saved him and his future progeny for the rest of time. Somebody who accompanies his friend with his feet. Halachas kama, how much greater his reward will be. Now, how did this Kanani show the people the way in? The thief didn't even point. He just showed with his mouth. With a finger. Because this Kanani showed with a finger. Those are the power of the Voya. Let's say you find yourself alone on the road. Yasuk b'Torah. You should think about Torah. Shenemar, ki levias chein heim l'roshecha v'anokim l'gag rosecha. The words of Torah are levoya. Paro accompanied Avram 4 steps. Shenemar vayitzav alav Paro anoshim. Nishtabed b'vonav arba me'or shana. He had the right to subjugate Avram's children 400 years. Shenemar vavadu v'inu atam arba me'or shana. Amir Amarav kolam alavis chavera arba amos ba'ir. A person accompanies his friend 4 amos in the city. Eino nizam. He is free of being damaged. Ravina alvei Rava bar Yitzchak arba amos ba'ir. Ravina accompanied Rava bar Yitzchak. Matali de'ezek, a certain potential damage came his way. V'yitzchak got saved. Snake, a scorpion, whatever it was, he was saved from it. Ton Rabbana. Harav l'talmid, the Rav will accompany his talmid ad ibur shel ir, until the last sort of border of the town. Chaver l'chaver, a friend to a friend, ad chum Shabbos, 2,000 amos out the city. Talmid the Rav ein lo shir. And Talmud has to accompany his Rav, there's no Shia. Kama am Rav Sheshes ad Parsa. Parsa's 3 mil. Lo amar el Rav Shein Muvik. That's not as regular Rebbe. Aval Rabbi Muvik Shloisha Parsas, which would be 9 mil. Rav Kahana Alvel Rav Simi Barashi. Rav Kahana accompanied Rav Simi from Mipumnara at Beit Sinisa de Bavel. From this place, Pumnara until Beit Sitzina. Kimatu also, when they got there, Amalei, Vadai Damrisi, Hanit Sinisa de Bavel, Mishani Adam Arishon Isna. He looked at the trees in Bavel, and he said these were around when Adam Arishon was around. Amalei at Kartan Milsa, he made me remember something. Rav Yosef Rav Chanina might exceed be'eretz lo avar bar ish v'lo yoshav adam sham. The pasuk in Yirmiyah. If he didn't pass by, where did he dwell? And if he didn't dwell, where did he pass? So Adam Arishon went around the world and said, "This is a good place for human settlement." And this Yashva. And then it was settled. Eretz Shalokos or Adam Arishon. Adam Arishon did not designate this place to be for human settlement, Lo Nisyashva was not settled. Rav Mordechai Alvel Rav Ashi Magruni Bekifi. He accompanied Rav Ashi from Grunya to Bekifi. The army law ad Beidura. Whoever is not Malava people, like committing murder. If when Elisha left Yericho, the people would have accompanied him, the young children that were killed by the bears would not have been killed. Shenemar, Vayal Misham Beisel. He left Beisel v'hu lebadera. Unarim tarim yatzum na'ir, Vayskal subo. Vayomer lo alei kerech. He told him to go back. Armer lo alei, shikrachta aleinu samoko. And if the people had been Malav Elisha, they would have chased the kids away. Ma'una Orim Tadim. Amr of Lazar. It's not that they were children. Urim in mitzvahs. They lacked mitzvahs. Ktanim. Shayu miktanim. They didn't have emunah. Tanan Armayu. No, they were young. Ubizguzu atzman kiktani. They wasted them. They wasted themselves like little children. Master Rav Yosef Vidilma Shem Koiman. Maybe it's the name of the place. Milo Ksiv, Varam Yatsuk Dudim, Vaishbu Meret Yisrael Naraktana. Vikashla Narakt of Amrav Tas Ktana Demin Uran. That means it's a small place. Hasom Lo Mafarsh Makobi. Yeah, but there was no specific place mentioned. Hacham Mafarsh Makana. Vayivan Achra Vayarim Vaykalem B'Shem Hashem. He looked after them and they cursed. Mara Amrav Mamish. He put his eyes on them. Like when we say Chachavim put his eyes on somebody and they die. He looked at them badly, and that's why they died. When the Chachavim look at somebody, O Misa, O Oni, the person dies or becomes poor. He saw that these children were a product of their mother having relations on Yom Kippur, which you're not allowed to have relations. They had like the Beatles haircut. They had a Vilda haircut, like the Beatles. He saw that these kids didn't have any kind of mitzvahs. But maybe their children would have. He looked into the future and he said, not only them, but even their children won't have mitzvah. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll learn at 5:00.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.